Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Old Guy Farms single player challenge. We're going to, what? Oh, there we go. We're not going to make any changes to our mod, so we're just going to go ahead and jump on in. So we are in day 3 of spring in year 2. We have to do some maintenance on our Massey Ferguson here. Our $35. That will be more than glad to pay that to continue to use this lovely little tractor. Let's go over here and clean up our sheepy sheep. Oh, look, we still have a pile of snow. Our snow's still lying around here. Let's just stomp on it. We're working on our wool pallets. We've already got 2 3/4 pallets. Awesome. Alright, now let's take a look. I think they're going to need to have some tending too. Alright, so the bottom 2 fields here are fully fertilized. We won't need to fertilize them at all. The rest of our fields here have the second level of fertilization. So we just need to pay attention as to when we can put more fertilizer on those. Let's just see what our wool price is just to make everybody happy. It's $4,400 and going up. Here we go. They definitely need water, and they could use another bit of hay. Alright, so let's put our bucket over here. And let's go back and get our forks. Get them another bale of hay. We will probably be able to give them grass next time they need feeding. So weave just around through here. And if that's the case, then we'll want to we'll save our hay once we can start feeding them grass. So we did have to buy our hay bales. So next year we will make sure that we plan much better as to when we need to tad up some hay and do some calculations as to how much hay we'll need. That almost filled them up completely. I'm not going to put another bale in there because we'll have that issue again where we couldn't feed them. Let's see what this does as far as our water. Let's plow through our snow. we go. And while we're doing that, let's check on our sheep price. 51.59. 51.59. I gotta make a note of that. All right. Done putting water in. Oh, we're out of water. Oh, we just moved our bucket all around. Hi, Lebby. How are you doing? So I wanted to make a note of that wool or sheep price, so that I know when the highest price for sheep is. And I want to know when sheep cost the most, simply because I want to be able to sell my sheep in year 3 when I can get the most amount of money for them. Let's go ahead and fill up our trailer. Let's see how many eggs we have. I don't think we've got too many. Nope, just 47. Alright. We need our stump grinder. I thought we were done grinding stumps, but we are not. We missed that whole section on the other side of that field. So let's get back over there and get to grinding those stumps. Those stumps I'm not so concerned about. It's these over here. Oh, there's a log we left. These are the stumps I want to get. But we want to check out this mission. No mission. Let's do this one. Oh my. I don't have that long. That looks like a really wonderful mission, but I do not have that long to do. Let's do another one. I can do that one. More square on you. There we go. what are we in this time? We're in a Valtra S series. The 2,300 kilogram weight. And we're planting barley. So we're running a mission on this field because I would, as crazy as it sounds, like to buy this field at some point. It is $700,000 currently. So I would like to bring that price down a wee little bit. We're going to run a pass up and back on this side of the field, just to make turning a little bit easier. So the plan is to run missions on this field to lower the price between now and next winter, and hopefully buy this field next winter to plant grass in it come spring, or possibly even plant grass in it in autumn of this year, so that we can maximize the cuts out of this field for year 3 to make a big old push for the end of the contest. Is that tree? Is that sign flashing? It's like the lights on the sign are burning out. Alright. So we get in and out of the rain, but still the rain somehow manages to come through. Take a look at our sparse interior. We're going to do the same on this side of the field. We're going to run up and back. This will be a big old field for grass. I'll get a ton of bales off of this thing. that set up. We'll just do a little auto driving. So for those of you in chat, what do you all think of the challenge so far? Are you watching other competitors? And if so, who are you watching? So I mentioned earlier that I was watching GrizzlyBearSims. I think he's a very strong contender with his strategy. He's been very deliberate with his logging and making sure that he's got steady daily income coming in. He's got 100 sheep, so he's on the same revenue stream as I am as far as our sheep go. And then we've got Trucker Brad, who's not really sure if he's developed a strategy quite yet or if he's still working on it. He seems to jump around quite a bit, and he seems to switch equipment around quite often. So I don't know if that strategy will be a hindrance or a benefit for him. But he seems to be doing some contemporary farming as well as, of course, logging. We've got Rubber Burner, who's doing a logging only strategy. He has actually planted poplar on his fields in the farm, and they will take all the way up until year 3 to grow, and they'll still be growing, I think, at year 3, so he'll be harvesting not quite fully grown poplar at that point. Then we've got Mr. Muzzy. I think I'm messing his name up, but I haven't watched too much of his streams to know what his strategy is at this point. JP Gaming has come on board with the challenge as of late, and he's still way too early to really know what his strategy is. Then we've got the old guy farmer himself, who has got cows. He might have some sheep. He was at one point going to have pigs, but I think he's backed out of that now. But he may be exclusively a cow farmer. And he's also growing some regular crops, but he's got cows for his animals. So there really isn't too much to look at with the rain going on. We've got our little beach over there. Got the tree nursery and the little forest region up there. Of course, we've got the road back there. So what kind of other games are other people in chat playing other than Farm Sim? We have Jeremy the Cool in house. How you doing, man? We're just running a mission here, trying to get some extra money. Thank you for the sub. Have you been following along with the challenge? Not really sure what happened there. I did see the message before it went away, but do you know what we're running a challenge? Are you aware of the challenge? Have you seen other people that run the challenge, or do you want me to explain that? Typically, I don't stream at this time of day. Usually, I'd be at work, but today I've got the day off for various reasons, and I wanted to get a couple streams in while I had an opportunity. So the challenge is, so this is what the stream is all about. We are playing on Old Guy Farms, which is a Goldcrest Valley edit. There are probably 5 or 6 other YouTube personalities that are taking a part in this challenge. The challenge is to play with seasons, so we're playing with the seasons mod. We have 6-day seasons. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty rain here. So we're playing 6-day seasons. GrizzlyBearSims is a fellow competitor, so we're just explaining to Jeremy the Cool what the challenge is. 6-day seasons is what we need to play. We're going to play 3 full calendar years on the map. Whoever has the most dineros at the end of the 3rd year will win the challenge. At the end of the 3rd year, we will sell all of our equipment, all of our land, all of our crops, everything. Complete liquidation sale. And whoever has the most money wins. To the winner goes the Platinum DLC that will come out in November. Many of us who are competing are giving away the Platinum DLC either just as an outright giveaway or as a prize should we so win. That is what I'm going to do. So if Team Farmer Klein should win the challenge, then I will put up the Platinum DLC to one lucky viewer. All you've got to do to enter is on the 72nd episode. There are 72 days in our 3-year, 6-day game year with seasons. So on the 72nd episode, all you need to do is put in the comments the total number of bales that I have sold over the 3 years. So that kind of requires you to have watched the previous streams to have an idea of how many bales we made and how many bales we sold. The first person to put the comment in with the correct number of bales sold in episode 72 will win the DLC. Should no one guess the correct number, then it will fall back to whoever's closest. And the general hint that I am giving is that a bale may be something more than a grass, straw, or silage bale. It may be, since we have sheep, it may be somehow affected by the wool. So that's something to keep in mind. So Grizzly Bear, I hope your meeting went well. Hope it wasn't too agonizingly boring, like most meetings tend to be. Hopefully it was fairly productive. We're just running a mission over here on big old field 20. So it looks like we're about halfway done that. Thankfully our pie chart is more than halfway. Yeah, we all know about those hours that are forever gone in our lives, thanks to meetings. So I will say that it seems like if you try to run a mission in early or mid-spring, the chances of getting a potato or sugar beet mission are fairly high, and we all know that the pay rate for potato and sugar beet planting missions is pretty good. They wanted to pay me $20-some thousand to plant potatoes on this field, but I did not have the 3 hours it said that it would take for me to do it. So I graciously declined that mission and kept picking missions until I had this one, which bad enough itself said it would take about an hour to finish. Alright, we'll see you later, Jeremy the Cool. Welcome back, Eldwin. L-O-N. I want to call you Eldon, but there's no D in there. So for about the next 20 minutes, it's going to be pretty much more the same. Sorry if anyone is bored out of their skull. Sadly, this is a necessary evil, because I have aspirations to become a landowner on this field. And before I do that, I want to get the price down as low as possible. We will definitely have to lease something much bigger than the Kuhn seeder that we used if we should go and seed this field in grass. I'll have to be on the mod hunt to find a seeder that will take a tractor less than 250 horsepower. Making a big chunk out of this field. We've still got a bit to go. Still probably have a good 10 passes left. I thought the weather was going to clear out there for a little bit. It looked like it cleared up. The sign there is still flickering at the tree farm. When we made our headlands, I noticed that it was like the light was getting ready to go out on it. That's something that I haven't seen on too many mod maps is flickering lights, where I've seen them on this map where you'll see street lights that will flicker, or parking lot lamp posts that will be flickering on and off. Well, we can see the edge of the field, so the end is in sight. But take notice of this tree farm sign as we get closer to it. You'll see it looks like the the light that's on the ground that's lighting it up is flickering on and off. Too bad we won't get a time bonus because it looks like we'd have a fair bit of time left on the clock. There you can see the flickering light really well from this approach. And sadly, somebody should have a talking to about pulling in the flag during bad weather. Yeah, the seasons does reduce the price of of what you get out of the mission. Although, other than like some fertilized missions where I've seen it pay out just a couple $100, I don't know what this mission would have normally paid out, but we're still getting $9,000 out of the deal, which doesn't seem too terrible bad for close to an hour's worth of labor to plow, or not to plow, but to seed a field. You know, in my early gameplay of Goldcrest Valley, I had run missions on every field for every farmer, to where the entire map was at its lowest possible price. But that was, you know, the first time I had played the game, so I was basically just running missions and kind of experiencing a lot of different new equipment at the same time as being able to, you know, earn money. Before this challenge, I don't know when the last time I did run a mission was, but it was probably months ago. And I think it was on the Serenity Valley series that I played in order to pass some time and get some money to pay back a loan. Yeah, like I said, when I was playing Goldcrest Valley the first time, never played Farm Sim before. I felt missions were good, where you might be playing with smaller equipment, and you can run a mission on a modest-sized field, and get to play with some bigger equipment that you probably wouldn't be able to afford for. Now, I was supposed to get $9,000. You get to play with some equipment that you probably couldn't necessarily have afforded for quite a while. Let's check our greenhouses. I think they're going to need some tending to. They are definitely going to need some tending to. So let's just go ahead and tend to them. Oops. I'm sure GrizzlyBearSims and any other competitor watching is definitely wanting me to tend to the greenhouses, because that means I'm not actively out earning any money, cutting down trees or anything else. Well, you've heard me talk saying I think you're technically in the lead, even though you're behind us. As far as me and Old Guy Farmer, I think you're technically sitting in the catbird seat with respect to your money levels. You still got $1 million gold up in those hills. You got $300,000 as of what I saw yesterday. You've got 100 sheep. You still got some crops in the silo to sell. And if you do continue to have your very judicious, very deliberate $100,000 a day on logging, I think you're 7 days out, ending the game year. So that's another $700,000. So that's $1 million right there in the bank. That's $1 million. I had 1.2 million at the end of the first year, but I had already collected the gold. So if you figure that at some point you will collect the gold, and you can end the year with around $1.1 million, that will mean that you basically have the equivalent of $2 million at the end of the first year, which would put you $900,000 ahead. Now, I am hoping to position myself to greatly increase my bale production in year 2. So much of year 1 is more setup than anything else. But at the same time, I expect everyone else to increase their revenue production also in year 2. So really, it's who can ramp up production best. And keep expenses down. I think Trucker Brad's biggest problem is he likes to buy stuff. see here. We gotta keep track of where we are. Alright, we're at the first domed greenhouse after the standard roofed greenhouses. We may also put in some greenhouses today, since we did clear that whole area of tree stumps. So I don't know where we would be if we didn't have the buy manure mod. I know you and me would definitely not have greenhouses because we wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't have manure. And $144 a bucket is pretty cheap. Let's try not to roll our telehandler. Alright, let's look at some greenhouses. I heard that, wait, that's greenhouses by... Alright. Alright, I'm not getting the, we'll do this way. For some reason I'm not able to use the mouse the way I want to. So let's move that one. Put that one there. Put that one there. Let's put one more in. There. Hello, Gora Nathaniel. How you doing? Oh, look at that. We have wool. We'll have to check that out. Our sheepy sheep seem to be putting out more than a pallet of wool a day, which is wonderful productivity. So we should have 3 full pallets of wool at this point in a little bit. And as I've said several times, Seasons has kicked up the great demands like crazy. I've never seen this many great demands on hard mode on any other map that I've played. It's kind of rough back here. Alright, go enjoy your lunch. Gonna finish stocking this greenhouse. We're gonna go load up our bucket first. We're gonna have to go up here anyway. All right. So here's our lights on. Now, where is our truck? There's our truck. Let's go here and get some water. Get to greenhouse, filling up our greenhouses with water. Once we start filling this next greenhouse up, we will check and see what the wool price is. We are definitely selling wool. We're definitely selling every bit of wool we have. Now, the problem I have is I always get rid of that great demand notification before I take notice as to how long the great demand is. So if any of these wonderful viewers of mine would love to go back and tell me how long that great demand is going to last, that would be outstanding. I guess that's another wild card in this challenge is the great demands, and will you have the product when the great demand comes around? Go ahead and fill up these 3 new ones. All right. Now, I was going to grind some stumps, but I don't know if we're going to get to that at all today. Because we're going to need to get this tractor back to the main farm. Because we need to take advantage of the great demand on wool. Can't let that go by. The great demand probably popped up as far as real time, maybe 10-15 minutes ago. We were we were still putting manure in the greenhouses. I think we were on the front greenhouses. We were like 2 or 3 back from the poop pail. I think it was definitely before we put greenhouses down. We still have snow. We still have snow on the ground. Our sheep are messy, messy guys. All right. F1, we need to change this to pallets and work position. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, now let's unload and strap them down, and let's get to it. Let's go sell some wool. Oh no, I cleaned up this morning. Uh-oh. What are we caught on? There we go. Hey JP, how are you doing? How's your strategy contest going? Don't look at our greenhouses. Don't look at our greenhouses. Six hours from midday. Oh, so we only have great demand until 6 o'clock. 3 more hours. Where is the wall? Oh, there it is. Let's see how much money we can make back. Yeah, while we're up here, we might as well buy some pallets of fertilizer. We will need them. The JCB is a beast with maintenance. It's fast, but it's a beast with maintenance. Alright, we want fertilizer. 1, 2. Takes 2 to fill that thing. 3, 4, 5. We'll get ahead and get 6. 6. Do we have tire squashing? Is that what we see here? Look at that. Watch that. We got tire squashing and everything. The big bags are fine. Forget to avert your eyes from the fertilizer from the greenhouses. Oh well. Guess you could always watch a past stream and see them. Or you could just rewind. We just spent a couple hours down there doing greenhouse work. All right. What should we do? Yeah, first we should turn the lights off. I really want to get those stumps ground. Let's get that done. After we clean up our sheep again. There's a little bit of snow left. Things really do look different once you take out a whole bunch of trees. This is PC. This is not PS4. This is a Goldcrest edit by Old Guy Farmer. If you're playing on PC, you're free to download the map. The map can be found in the description. There is a URL to what I have listed as the contest rules. The contest rules also have a link to the map. We're playing a seasons multi-year contest on the map. We're going to play for 3 years worth of seasons. We're playing 6-day seasons, which means that we have 72 game days to complete. Whoever has the most money at the end of the 3 years will win the Platinum DLC that is to be released in November. JP Gaming is one of the contestants, or the entrants in the contest, as I am. You can find a link to many of the contest entrants also in the description. I'm not sure what JP's strategy is, but the strategy I am employing to win the contest is to focus on grass silage bales. So every field that I own, I have planted grass in, and we basically spend all summer and autumn and part of spring going around and mowing grass and wrapping it in bales. We then sell all of those bales in the winter. We've also picked up 96 sheep. We've already had 9 sheep born in our first 3 days of spring. We cleared this whole area of trees, and I want to grind these stumps down before the grass comes up. One, to make it a whole lot easier to find the stumps, and two, so we can mow this grass. I see no reason to leave perfectly good grass underneath trees. So other competitors would probably say that I should be out cutting trees down at the point in time, but I don't want to be having to worry about these stumps at other times during the year. Just ignore all those greenhouses, Jay. You're not seeing them. They're somebody else's. They're not mine. Yeah, I took all the other competitors' greenhouses and I stuck them here so I could keep an eye on them. Yeah, that's what I did. That sounds like a great strategy. I'll keep to it. Alright. I don't think I'm going to worry about those stumps on the hill, because they won't be very good to get to as far as mowing, nor will these stumps that are up here. Do have a stray log lying around, so I'm not going to worry about those. I'm not going to worry about the stumps up there. Pretty much, I think, let's raise that back up. We pretty much are dealt with all the stumps that we're going to need to deal with for now. So the farm is completely wrapped in fence. The fields are still the same places. The sheep have been moved down to the main farm, and we have a very simple farm with a pole barn and a big shed. We have our silo here, farmhouse, and our chickens. Chickens just kind of roam around and get in the way. Get our eggs, and we'll get bound to cutting a few trees. I didn't know if we'd get any trees cut today, but looks like we'll get some. Let's take our truck, come down here and pick up our log trailer we left. Do a little slide action. Welcome back, Elowen. It's the fastest thing I own, I tell you that. And sometimes you just jackknife the trailer. Oh, here comes the train. Oh, we got destroyed. Oh, we got destroyed. Oh, we got annihilated. You know, that's what I get for not slowing the train down. And he's coming back for another pass at me. This truck is an excellent truck for the contest because it's cheap, it's fast, and you can get a back attacher. So you probably saw I was using it to pull the flatbed. We won't be grinding these stumps because we won't be mowing any of this grass. That's right, James Fishing Adventures. We were totally destroyed by the train there. When we were flipping, all I could see was part of the lake, and I was worried that we would end up in the lake. But JP, it's a very popular truck with many of the contestants because it's quick and it's cheap. Welcome back, DN Gaming. Probably going to be one of the last days that we do logging for quite a while. I'm basically waiting for the grass to grow, quite literally. And as soon as that happens, we are going to ditch our forestry equipment. We're going to sell it back. We're going to buy up our grass mowing equipment and get to work. Glad the train didn't decide to hook onto the tree there. That's the strategy. If you work really hard, you can get about 120,000, I think, a day in trees. Of course, there are a ton of trees at the main farm that you can cut and clear. You've already started that process. I think what you're seeing is that the 15 times speed really does impact your ability to get things done. We've got Icelandic Farmer in the house. How you doing, man? I heard you've been on a crazy long holiday. 3 weeks or something like that. I know, that's crazy. Is that common over where you are? Three-week holidays? Or are you just super extra special? That's insane. Here in the States, 2 weeks is a long time. 1 week is typical. Alright, we're going to load up this log. We're going to sell these logs, and then we're going to call it a day. Auto loading on the left side. Rock, or what are we on here? Guess we were on that bump. So we have to auto load on the right. Alright. Let's unload to the right, and then we'll clean up our load here. There we go. That's a pretty short-term memory there, D&D Gaming, to go and forget somebody after just 3 or 4 days. Hello, Vicky. How are you doing? I think we're going to end the day on a positive money note. That's pretty good after we bought $75,000 worth of greenhouses. Are we still on the left side? We are. Are we allowed to buy the windmill? The in-game windmill? I wouldn't see why not. Now, personally, I don't think the in-game windmill will make you enough money over 3 years to make the investment worth it. Because the windmill costs what the windmill costs, and then what it brings in. It only brings in $12,000 a day, right? Or is it $24,000 a day? But basically, at 72 game days, I don't think you have enough game days worth of revenue to pay for your investment in buying it. All right. We're going to end the stream by picking up our few eggs here. And let's take a look at our money situation. So wool, the great demand is gone now. So I'm glad we sold a wool when we did. Yep, we are still plus for the day. 46,000 in wool. Where's our wood? 27,000 in wood. 18,720 for our greenhouses. All right. So we're going to save. We're going to skip the night. All right, it is mid-spring. And our grass still hasn't done much. All right. We're going to save. And just see how we did. 19,656. I think that's about all the greenhouses I'm going to get, because my goal was to get $20,000 worth of greenhouse income per day, and I think that will put us over the top. So we won't need to mess with buying any more. We'll just need to have to keep the ones we've got running. And we're going to save again, and we're going to close out the stream. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know if I'm going to stream tonight or not. If not, then I'll be back tomorrow evening. So, till next time, happy farming.